Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another live stream. We're back in the lovely Shamrock Valley. Hopefully everyone is doing alright. Welcome along to everyone who is already with us. Thanks an awful lot for coming out already. And yeah, we've got things on the go. One of which is I replaced the cedar, stuck it on the fence, and we've been planting canola apparently in this field. We've had a hired worker on it. I've done minimal stuff off camera, and I mean minimal. Moved a couple of tractors around. That's pretty much it, and hired a worker in this field and in another. But that's pretty much it. So how is everyone's Sunday going then? How are we all doing tonight? Is anyone looking forward to their Monday by any chance? It's a bit of a long shot, but you never know. We're just going to tidy up after this hired worker. That's going to be our first job today. Get this field finished up. We're on the 3rd day of spring now. I can't remember how many days we've got per season, but it's more than 3. I think it's 6. Can't quite remember. I need to stream this a little bit more often. Thought today was Saturday. I don't blame you. I had yesterday off. Retty Bra is now following on Twitch. Oh, welcome along. Thanks for following. I don't blame you about the days being mixed up. I had yesterday off and it was a very, very weird day. It's the first day I've had off in a very, very long time. I did absolutely nothing YouTube or Twitch related whatsoever, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. It was nice to have some time off, but it was so different. I'm not sure if I really enjoyed it as much as I normally would have. I left loads down here. I just kind of gave up at this part of the field for some reason. So is anyone looking forward to their week ahead? Any exciting plans for the start of October or anything like that? Or is it just another Monday for everyone? Monday, the best day of the week. That was sarcasm. Pretty bad sarcasm, but that was sarcasm. Now I have taken slow mode off because I want to see if we can keep the quality up. We had quite good quality on the stream earlier on today. I want to see if we can keep that up. That would be quite cool. But we'll find out. There's still a slight delay, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. It's maybe only about 10 seconds or so now, so that's much better. The leaves are changing. Would love to go for a run to the autumn views at some point. That actually sounds like quite a cool thing to do. I do like this time of year. I was out with the dogs before this stream and it was dark already, and it's getting to that time of year that I find the best. The early nights and things. I like it when it gets dark early. Cold outside, the fresh air, the sort of brisk air, if you will. And going back inside to a nice warm house, it's awesome. I'm not the biggest fan of summer. It's too hot outside. Summer's kind of I don't enjoy it much, if I'm being honest. I'm not really an outdoorsy type of person, so summer just means glare on screens and things. This seeder is twice as quick as the last one we had, so it's definitely a bonus for us to be using it. The other one was good and all, but this one is the same size, just twice as quick, so I'll take that. And better yet, you fold this one up. Let's try and not drive through that hedge. That hedge doesn't look like it'd be much fun to drive through. It'd be not much fun or way too much fun. Nesting in comfort food, I couldn't agree more. Can't see past the tree. We need to drive this down to one of our many other fields. It's also worth noting the cow's health is quite low, it's 55%, so we'll have to look at why that is and what we can do to improve that as soon as possible. Let's see. The grass is on its first growth stage as well. It could actually be cut soon. Field 18, that's one of ours, but it's already been seeded. It's actually growing soybeans. Field 20 here. This one is one we're going to do. Let's get this all unfolded out the way it should be. This stream was going to be going up a bit earlier. I had originally planned for it to be a little bit earlier than we're actually putting it than now. I expected us to be starting maybe about 7, but got a little bit distracted by Attack on Titans. It's a series I've been watching recently. Thoroughly enjoying it. First anime I've really properly watched. Why are you only going 3 miles an hour? No. These hired workers taking the proverbial. Do this first row ourselves and then we'll hire a worker. Hedge murder. Let's hire them from here, see how they get on. We're going to leave them to it. Let's find Massey Ferguson. Loads to still cultivate. We'll finish that off. This is of course the Massey Ferguson that Massey Power Lee has sent us over on Discord. Very much appreciated. This is the one with all the beacons on it. Love this tractor. Just want to point out, we do have a case sitting in the farm. I want to use that soon. No idea what we'd use a tractor that size for, but something. We'll use it for something. This is a tiny field, to be honest. But it's fine, we'll get it done anyway. And field 27 down there is a grass field, we'll leave that as a grass field. Oh, of course, this Massey is the best, Josie. I couldn't agree more. Let's get it all folded up. We'll double check the map. Let's see, what other fields do we own? Field 26, what's in that? Grass. I feel like we should maybe do field 23. Maybe worth doing. Do we have any traffic behind us? Now we do. I had to look. I had to look. Rotten, how are you doing? Welcome along. Let's do this field here. How is your how's your tooth doing now? Dips Massey is betterer. I don't have that one. Let's find the edge of this field first. That'd probably be a good place to start. I'm actually tempted to replace our tractor, our tractors to all one brand. Dentist tomorrow. That's not too bad though. Then hopefully they get your tooth sorted for you. I got around to add in Dizzy Dip's YouTube link in the description of this stream, so you can head down underneath this stream if you're watching on YouTube, and you can have a look at the friends of the channel. You'll find Rotten Gaming, Massey Power Lee and Dizzy Dips. Feel free to check those guys out. There's also a link to the Swamp Donkeys Discord there, as well as a link to my own Discord as well. All for your viewing pleasure. Yeah, this field's too big to just leave as a grass field. We need them crops. Is that bird on like just a like really repetitive flight path around this field or something? That's twice it's gone past us now. We'll get this onto a hired worker. We have other things we need to get on with. Not a problem there, Ron. We have other things to do, so let's get on hired worker. Where is the fend? Is it finished yet? I always go past it. It's not finished yet, but what a mess he's leaving. Chinese burn them to death. That's that would be kind of interesting to hear about. Dentist murdered by Chinese burn. I think that would make it in the national papers. The hired worker actually managed to do half of this field, which is impressive. Dips might get you a burger. Just, I wouldn't eat any more crunchy fries. I'd avoid them. They seem to have it in for you. I like that bridge, it's quite a nice bridge. The amount of this field that the hired worker didn't bother to do. It's not even worth paying these people to do these things. If I'd left this field to grow like that, it would have just annoyed the life out of me. All this wasted ground around it. We'll get it done eventually. It's not what I actually had in mind, but it needs done, so the hired work is clearly not capable. Of course, there is another way that I could seed my fields. I could use the follow me mod, given that my seeder is the same size as my cultivator, and just get it to closely follow behind the cultivator. But that seems like it would go horribly wrong very quickly. I've still got a few fields we need to seed. There's our big field, field 38, that needs to be seeded at some point. Hopefully get that done today. We'll see how we get on. I'm definitely not going to spend the entire time dragging this seeder about. Hopefully the hired worker is going to be a bit more competent in other fields. And we need to wash this tractor too. It's starting to look a bit naff. What do you get when you cross a robot and a tractor? I have no idea, Josie. What do you get? A modern John Deere? Bad field coverage? A transformer. A transformer. Alright, okay. Okay, I'll give you that one. That one wasn't. That one was. That one was bad enough to be good. That one, yeah. Go for it, Josie. Let's see the best of what you've got. To refill the seeder even. I swear I can speak. I promise that I do actually have the ability to speak. Sometimes. Yeah, that wheel go. It's having a moment. Why did the Scarecrow win the Nobel Prize? I have no idea, for having heart or something? I don't know. Brains? I don't know. I can't remember the Wizard of Oz thing. The Scarecrow wanted the brains and the other one wanted the heart. I can't remember. Because he was outstanding in his field. Okay. Yep. I have no comment to make on that. Who tells chicken jokes? Comedy hens. Oh, that one's just shockingly bad. It's like the joke equivalent of my driving. Speaking of, there's a sign. Let's get this unfolded. Dolly 2001-1238 is now following. Welcome along. Why do cows like being told jokes? Because they like being amused. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Thanks to everyone who has followed on Twitch. I do apologise about the humour tonight. Don't blame me, blame Josie. Okay, let's see what's wrong with the cows. Clearly they're not amused. They're not very clean, they need water, straw. Power food. I thought I gave them power food, but there you go. Oh, they're filthy. I don't even think I have a bucket for this telehand. I'm gonna have to go to the shop and buy one, I think. Why apologise? No reason. You'll stop telling bad jokes when viewers pop in and say hi. fair deal, I guess. To be fair, some of the jokes are that bad, they're not that bad. Oops. I crashed. Why did the lamb call the police? Was it near a registered Scotsman by any chance? Okay, we need power food, grass, straw, water, and to clean them. He'd been fleeced. UK. I still remember an old fridge magnet you made a couple of years ago, Josie, that was a picture of a sheep holding up a sign that said, "Ba means no." Still find that funny. Is that manure? Oops. That's clearly not where they go. And that's a shed roof. Made them as keyrings as well. I think there were also t-shirts. If not, they definitely should have been as t-shirts. Let's see if we can figure out where this is supposed to go. Not there. I'll come back to these. For now, what I'm going to do is take the biggest tractor we have and put it on, what do you call a pig thief? A bacon bandit? I don't know. There's a reek coming out of this tractor. A hamburglar. Okay. Well, it's not terrible. Not sure how I feel about it, but it's not terrible. Let's see. Let's go ahead and sell that. We're going to buy a new feeding wagon, one that's a bit more fun. I want to check actually, do we have one of these? Yes we do, we do have a bale shredder. Awesome. Let's buy the bigger mega mammoth. Which is, let's be honest, a really stupid name for anything, but look at the size of that for a mixer wagon. Barely turn it around. That thing's a beast. Suddenly it seems like using the biggest tractor we have is a good idea. let's see, let's not get stuck on it. Let's take a couple of square bales to start with. Or straw bales, should I say. Can this even reach in there? Adjust. That's a lot of straw. Not sure if I have any hay bales left. If not, we are going to have to go and buy some. Guess we're only taking one of these for now. Oh, come on. That wasn't fair. If a cow laughed really hard, it would milk come out of her nose. It's a good question, I guess. That truck is kind of, sort of, just a little bit in the way. Okay, we've got this far. Let's park this up over here. Hate this no collisions thing. Camera collisions kind of sucks. My god, we've only got 25% in here. Let's jump back in the truck. We're going to head down to the shop and pick up a whole heap of bales. I like the turning on this thing. It's pretty tight turning it does. Well, welcome along the stream. If you have just joined us, come and say hello in the chat so that Josie will stop telling those awful jokes. And if you are enjoying this stream, or if you're enjoying the jokes, then hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you are on Twitch, hit that follow button as well. What do you call a Scottish farmer with a sheep under each arm? Spoiled for choice? Farmer Jim? I don't know. A pimp. Okay. Let's get these bales picked up. We need to find somewhere better to park this truck. We may actually start parking this truck up at the placeables area, just to kind of keep it out of the way a bit, because it is kind of very much in the way most of the time. There's some beeping to keep the dogs happy. Welcome along Frank79 Hamilton, welcome to the stream. Come and say hello in the chat. Right, I could just put the truck in this shed. What happened when a farmer crossed a chili pepper, a shovel and a terrier? He got a hot diggity dog. Wow, that's a hillbilly joke. All that's missing is the yee-ha at the end. See if we can pick up 2 of these bales. I need to turn camera collisions back on because this working in sheds thing is starting to be a bit annoying. That's not going to work. That kind of worked. Let's turn collisions back on. There it is, there's the yeehaw. Yeehaw, y'all! We need more straw bales. I don't have any crops in the ground to produce straw yet either, so it's a bit worrying. I'm just going to jump in the case, see how full we are now. We're up to 50%. This tractor is actually starting to move this now. You need more practice with the accent. I think I need to also lose about 4 teeth at least. I have an unhealthy relationship with my sister. Then I'll have the accent. That is correct. This is an interactive series. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. And I will try and accommodate. Another 2. This extra elevation thing is actually really handy. How many sheep do I have? I will check in a minute. Let's check how we're doing for fullness now. We need, I'd say, 1 more of each bale. It's going to be fun to do. Actually saying that, I think one of those was still in... Yeah, it's too much straw, so we don't need another straw bale. drop that one there. I want one hay bale. And not to be caught by the roof. Let's turn this off. So I'd like another silage bale. Put that in. I'd say one more of each. We'll give that a shot, see how we get on with that. It's difficult to figure out the ratios with such a big machine. Just kind of put loads of each in. I only want one of these. That one can go away, or apparently both of them can go away. Let's try that one again. Reversing into a wall. Best way to make the bale stick to the spikes. And one more hay bale. Like so. Let's get this one put in. That's the roof again. And that surely is at full. Yeah, there we go. Oh dear, this thing is way heavy. But that's 64,000 litres of total mixed rations. That'll keep them going for a day or two. It's not really working for me. There we go. Let's see. Tip side left, that should be right. Yep. That's a lot of TMR they're taking. Well, let's see, we've got 52 sheep and 50 cows. The sheep are reproducing quite quickly. They need water and grass or hay as well, so we'll have to worry about that very soon too. We do need to cut some grass for the cows. We need to give them another bale of straw and fill up their water. They took half of this thing, but took 60% of it actually. It's just kind of nuts. I am going to leave this in the field. There's a little cow in the back, I didn't even notice that. A cartoon cow. Awesome stuff. That's a fence. Well, let's see if we go around here. We'll get to the other animal stuff that we have. Stupid planks of wood. Let's see if we can do this one a little bit better. let's actually reverse in rather than drive in. So that way when we fill it up, we're at least pointing in the right direction. Look at that, it's almost as if I know what I'm doing. One of these should be enough. Should be. Their health is up to 69%, which is not bad. Let's see. 80% of a pallet of wool. We'll have to go down and see the sheep, find out where the wool actually goes. That would probably be good. I'm going to open all these gates up because the cows don't run away anyway. Ready for more jokes? Absolutely, go for it, Josie. Why not? Let's fill the cows of water up next. Sheep also need water, so we'll probably do that at the same time. Well, not at the exact same time, but you know, one after the other. Let's get rid of that. Where's that water trough again? Oh yeah, it's up there. I don't think we have enough water to give the cows. I might be wrong. Oh, I was wrong. What kind of thing does a farmer talk about when he is milking cows? I don't really want to answer that. Utter nonsense. Okay, that is much cleaner than what I thought it was. Much cleaner, in fact. Let's give the wee sheepies some water. Not expecting them to take much, but we'll give them some. Don't know why that bit of hedge is harder to drive through than the rest. There's actually a tree there, I think that's what's causing it. What's the sheep's favourite game? Badminton? Hey, look at that, I got that one right. Let's use the crone to tidy up. Will you stop destroying the hedges? Yeah, you get your jokes, I get the hedge destruction. At least I didn't drive over the cow. We've missed some. My OCD will not allow it. Yeah, this time. You know what? We're actually gonna. We'll give this to the cows. This 1,000 litres of grass, which will keep them happy for roughly 30 seconds. Ah, come on, I didn't even hit anything there and it stopped me. Usually it's one of those feeders that you put the grass into. Not sure if it is this time. That would be a resounding no. Welcome, Gilius Aiton? I may have mispronounced that. Aiton. Gilius Aiton. Welcome along. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing today? I do apologise if I've mispronounced your name there. Gil, not a problem, I do apologise about that. Thanks very much for subscribing. How is your weekend going so far? Let's dispose of this pathetic little foraging wagon. Let's try and get rid of this little foraging wagon. Just try to find a good map. I would recommend Shamrock Valley. It is a very, very pretty map. Even has its own Tesco petrol station. A couple of my other favourite maps are a couple of my other favourite maps are. I like the West Coast. That's a good map. I like that one. Where are they? Is that Goldcrest Valley, by any chance? Loading wagons. I need a fancy new loading wagon. I'd like this one, can't afford it. Let's get this one. And yeah, Goldcrest Valley is a good map. I was live streaming a custom version of Goldcrest Valley. I was modifying it sort of like little bit by little bit, taking subscriber input on what to do, but it broke, so I'm having to get it back to the stage it was. So if that's something that interests you, that should be back in about a week or so. I'm working towards getting that like put back to the way it was, without being broken, preferably. And you'll be able to have a bit of an input into how we completely change the map. But if you're looking for an American map, I would suggest Lone Oak Farm. Lone Oak Farm is a very, very good map, but it has excessively large fields. But it's also built in a way that is it's fun to play, and it's not just great big square fields. There's actual dynamic fields in it. It is a very good map. Let's go ahead and lease a Crone Big M. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. If I'm being honest, I broke it twice modifying it. But once you get the hang of it, it can be relatively straightforward. It's just very tedious and very slow. But Lone Oak is definitely a map I enjoy. If you're looking for a European style map, then I would say the Valley of the Old Farm. That's a good map. I really like that map. And if you're looking for a UK style map, then it would be Shamrock Valley or the West Coast, I'd say. Let's get everything unfolded and switched on eventually. It's about time we were back in a Crone Big M. I've missed it. It takes a while. What I'd recommend is if you have a search on YouTube for, I think it's Dusty Dave did a very good tutorial on it. I watched quite a few of his tutorials on how to move the nav meshes for sheep and things like that, because it's not as simple as it seems to move animals, but he goes into a good bit of detail on how to go about doing that. And there's always tutorials out there. I'm by no means an expert in Giant Setter, not by a long shot. I kind of just scrape by. But I believe Giant Setter is actually based off of Blender. I think Blender can open i3D files as well, I believe. Could actually be doing another one of these foraging wagons. You got the FS17 tutorial packs. Well, that's cheating. It's not fair having the tutorial on how to do it. It's the fun is guessing and getting it wrong several times. Oops. Let's leave the wagon there. We'll finish cutting the field and then we'll pick up with the wagon. The floating stuff is a common one. What happens with that is when you're in Giant Editor, if you want to delete or move an object, you also have to delete or remove its physics object as well. So in the top bar there's a little play button. If you press that button, that will bring up a red wire mesher and everything that has physics, everything that has collisions and things like that. And these objects all have a secondary object attached to them for their physics. And it can cause them to do very, very weird things, like not be affected by physics or duplicated. But that little play button shows you how to... It shows you what is actually affected by physics and animation and things like that. It runs the simulation, if you will. It's a mistake I made a couple of times. You're just driving along what you think is an empty path, and then you come across, well, your tractor gets thrown into the air and you realise that there's actually like a barrel or something that's still there as a physics object, but not as a visible object. And in some cases, I'll be honest and say in some cases, it just doesn't work out the way you expect it to. That's what happened with my map when it broke the second time. It was perfectly fine in Giant Editor, and I saved it, loaded it in game to test it before the live stream I was supposed to do that night, and the lighting was very, very broken, like too broken to actually play. And one part of the map was very cloudy and dull, and then you go 5 foot down the road and it's bright sunshine. It just does weird things sometimes. A professional mod designer would probably know how to fix these things, but I am definitely no professional on it. I'm actually tempted to edit this map a little bit, mainly around the farm. There's a lot of things lying around that I don't like. Like that planks of wood that I'm always driving into. But I don't like the fact that this map has no collisions on the hedges. Yeah, that's a vehicle collision. There's again, while running the simulation, you'll be able to see those. I watch the hedges as I drive through them, thank you, Josie. Saves me opening gates. Although I probably should. Senthot 89 is now following. Welcome along. Yes, there's many types of collisions on Giant Editor, and there's also loads of type of collisions on Farming Simulator, especially when I'm driving. There's various collisions on the way to the shop, for example. Occasionally there's a tip. See, this is just the general rubbish that's lying about this farm that I want to change. We are doing quite well for followers on Twitch tonight, which is absolutely amazing. Thanks to everyone who has followed over there. That's absolutely awesome, guys. This will keep the cows happy for a little while. We'll move the plough and we'll put the rest of this grass in as we'll start making a bit of silage, I guess. That's awesome stuff, Gil. I spend most of my time on the Discord server, if I'm being honest, when I'm not live streaming or recording. So it's a good place to chat. Josie spends a bit of time on there as well. So you will definitely hear from us in there. Okay, that's the cows and the sheep looked after. Let's go and let's get this placed in the silage clamp, I think. And we'll drop that there for now, so I need to move the plough, which is right in the way. Okay. I think my tractor's twerking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is awesome. Okay then. I'm liking it. The plough is moving. It's because the plough's like caught in the collision. It's just a kind of a dodgy mod, this plough, to be honest. Although, did you see that? You see that reverse around the corner there? That was almost perfect. I'm currently using the cow field as a place to dump equipment. I spend almost all of my time either watching YouTube or making content for YouTube and Twitch. Well, I stream to YouTube and Twitch. I don't really make any content specifically for Twitch. And I've always got Discord on in the background. It's always there. I'm pretty much on it all the time. I just don't. I'm not always necessarily active on it, but it is always there. So whenever a message pops up, I'm usually never far away from replying to it. I'll give you a smiley face sticker for that reverse. I wanted the gold star. I don't want the smiley face. Smiley faces are for children. I demand a gold star. And a lollipop too. Yeah, I'll be getting a multiplayer soon. There will be details of that going up on Discord in the coming week or so, I expect, with details of how to join. If you are interested in joining, then head over to my Discord, and in fact I'll do that tonight. I'll get Josie to remind me. I will do it tonight. If I'll make a section of Discord specifically for the multiplayer, and if you're interested in becoming a worker over on the one of the multiplayer farms that we'll be running, that we'll be doing streams of, you can apply for it effectively over on Discord. All you need is a copy of Farming Simulator, internet connection for obvious reasons as it is multiplayer, the ability to be available between 9 and 11 PM UK time, and modern classics and platinum DLCs for Farming Simulator. And yeah, so if you're interested, head over to Discord, leave a message in the server, and let me know if you are available, if you have those expansion packs. Let me know how many hours you have on the game and what your favourite tractor is. Where possible, I will get people their preferred tractor if there is a mod available for it. Usually there is. There's a mod for almost everything nowadays. Oklahoma. Never been there. I've been to California once. Very briefly. Not sure if it really counts as visiting. I visited the airport. Does that count as visiting? Pink Massey for Josie. The times are 9 PM to 11 PM UK time. To be honest, Josie, I'm surprised you're not going for a John Deere. I thought you'd be a part of the John Deere crew. Nine at 45 PM. It does not feel like 9:45 PM. It's been a very quick day. The Ultra S series. I can't argue with that. That's a pretty good tractor. It's a little bit low on power, right enough, but it is a good tractor. Nice looking tractor. For me, I personally like the Class Zeron. Class Zeron's got to be one of my favourite tractors. I like how it's different. Massey all the way from me. Well, in that case, Josie, would you like the Massey that Massey sent over? I'll have to actually check that I'm allowed to. I'd have to double. I don't think you're going to be able to actually have that one because that's a private mod. But there's the same kind of Massey without the extra beacons on it. The two multiplayer options. Well, I'm going to be getting a dedicated multiplayer server, so there's going to be there is going to be a stream only map, I think, and then there'll be another one that is just a free play. It won't be streamed or recorded. It'll just be a place where people can come and actually play Farming Simulator with us, really. I'm good with the pink one. T-Series is okay, but the S-Series is nice. As for discs, I think I have them all. That's not bad. Options for time regions. I guess that's something I actually have to look into. The S-Series has 400 horsepower. Does it? I didn't know that. Just looking for more powerful tractors. Dude, where is it? Yeah, 350 horsepower. That I wasn't expecting. And the choice of colours as well. Not bad. Was not expecting that. Was not expecting that at all. That I genuinely didn't know. I thought it was like 250 horsepower or something like that. Oh dear, I want to get stuck behind that sign. But yeah, I like the class Axion. I think what I'm actually going to probably do on this save is I'm going to get rid of our class. I can't remember which classes we've got. The class that we're currently not using. I'm going to get rid of that, and I think I'm going to buy my... I think it's a class Axion we've got. I think I'll get rid of that and get the Zeron. And maybe not crash every 2 seconds. That's awesome, Gil. If you just keep an eye on Discord over the next week or so, the specific details of it will be posted up there. Let's get all this emptied. To be fair, this is actually quite a bit of silage we've got on the go here. Black or dark red for the Vulture. It's a good choice. This case was sort of chosen by Josie. She suggested the brand, should I say? And this is the I think this is the 20-year anniversary for the Magnum CVX 380. So it's like the gold and red one. It's a little bit different. It is a little bit different. I like the amount of smoke it pours out. Now let's see. Yeah, this is the Axiom. I'm not a fan of this tractor. It seems a bit bare at the back. Light grey wheels. It's red with grey. Yeah, that wouldn't look too bad actually. But when I get the multiplayer server sorted out, I'll do my best to get you one of those. Let's repair and sell that tractor. Let's see how much. There's nothing wrong with beacons. I don't know why you keep picking on beacons. Beacons are awesome. Oh, we're just a little bit shy. That's okay. We'll magically make money appear. Not sure whether we should go for the saddle track or not. Nah, we'll go for the normal one. Get it in the standard class colours. For if you're playing on PC, then to put your lights on, you press the F key. You have multiple stages. So you've got driving lights, you've got rear work lights, and then you have front work lights, and then pressing it again turns them off. For your beacons, you press your home key, and you press 1 or 2 for your indicators, 1 or 3 for your indicators, and then 2 for the hazards. Oh yeah, this is one of my favourite tractors. Class Zeron. This thing's a beast. In fact, I think this one has the reverse drive as well. Watch this. Because of course. I do have creator tools, yeah. Let's just turn those back off. So now it's effectively a saddle track with the engine at the back. It's a bit weird, but it's kind of cool at the same time. My only question is, if I can drive forward at 32 mile an hour, can I reverse at 32 mile an hour? No. No, I can't. Yeah, it's the home key for the beacons. I'm surprised my home key isn't broken with the amount that I press it. Look at that for a turn circle. I can't even turn that quickly when I'm not in a tractor. This tractor is awesome. I think it has interactive controls as well. It does. Let's turn that screen off. Impatient drivers blowing the horn at us. We were too busy playing with interactive controls. Yeah, this tractor is absolutely epic. It's powerful as well. It's like 500 horsepower or something like that. The thing I like about the money cheat on creator tools is you can change it back. You can buy a heap of machines and still have the same amount of money when you turn it back off. It's very good for when you're doing like a role-play and pre-recorded series. I can magically make things appear and disappear without the money changing. I need to go and find some of our other tractors. Yes, I can barely fit on the road. There's one of our tractors. What do you call that? That's shocking. Let's get the potato fent out of the way. That is a Class Zeron. In the shop, it's under the name Class Zeron, and it's Class Zeron 4000. I got it in a part of a big class pack. Best thing about it is, have a look at the steering. Right? It's all-wheel steering. Now it's front-wheel steering. Now it's crab steering. And then it's crab steering the other way. Now it goes back to all-wheel. Very, very handy. Love this tractor. There is no teaching me to drive, Josie. I crash on purpose just to annoy you. So, an off-topic question for you, Gil. Do you still play Warcraft? A little known fact about me. The Class Mega pack, yeah, that's... actually, no, the Class Mega is... that's a combine. If it's got tractors in it as well, then it will be that one. But if it's just combines, because there's a Class Mega 208, it's a combine and not a tractor. But yeah, I was just saying, a little known fact about me is I used to play Warcraft excessively. Very, very excessively. For many years. Many, many years, in fact. "12 years, in fact. It's a long time to play a game. And I've only very, very recently, in fact in the last couple of days, gotten back into it. I reinstalled it for the first time in 2 years the other day. Every time an expansion pack comes out, people tend to get a little bit annoyed. To be honest, I started playing it when it was still vanilla. You know, when vanilla wasn't vanilla, it was just the game. And it was Cataclysm that ruined it for me. Cataclysm kind of... They ruined Duratar, is what they done. And that kind of... I lost interest in it. Okay, field is now done. Oh, I've got another tractor sitting over there. That's not necessarily a bad thing. The pack I got was full of a lot of tat, things that didn't work very well, so it's maybe better to download specific ones that you want. That's true. They nerfed. I think Death Knight's got nerfed the most. I mean, they were like hero class to just, you know, be beaten up by a priest. Let's get the rest of this field cultivated, and then we'll swap machines. We'll get the Massey onto the Cedar, and we'll take the cultivator back with Class. In fact, no, we won't. We'll leave the cultivator with Fend, because there may be more cultivating to do. I'm just converting a grass field into an arable field. This map comes with an awful lot of grass fields, but not too many arable fields. So this is a cultivator. There is a plough that you can attach this to, so you can plough and cultivate at the same time. But I kind of like my John Deere plough. I'll leave that there for the fen. To think this Massey's a big tractor until you park it next to a class. Oh, there goes that driving again. What is that all about? Yeah, they did go through a weird phase, and Blizzard went through a weird phase of just ruining the game. Don't know why they did it, but they decided that everything should be different. Obviously some super important meeting that they had. And they just they broke everything. This way. I don't know what the deal with that cedar was there. It was a bit weird. It was a bit weird. Oh my god, the traffic actually moves at a half decent pace on this map. I didn't notice that before. I was going for a pretty sweet field overtake there. I don't even know if I can get out this side. Stopped by a fence post. Ouch. That's one strong truck. I've been playing I've been playing Farming Simulator ever since the very first one came out. In fact, on the desk next to me I have Farming Simulator 2009 and 2011. I came across the discs for them the other day. And with this particular game I have many hours on this game. Yes, that is the Farm Life Pony mod. That is our beloved farm horse called Angus. There he is. He's rideable as well. He's not going very fast because he's hungry and thirsty, which is a fair thing to have. Need to feed him. Let's take these straps off. This is also his car. I think we'll give him his food and water just over the wall here. That'll do. He's eating the hay first. Of course he is. Because, you know, he's not got his head in a bucket of water or anything. I might have to move the bucket of water. I'll put that over here. let him get a drink, and then he'll go a full, I think it's 19 mile an hour he goes. You can get the horse from the, it's a Park Life pony, a Farm Life pony should I say, Farm Life pony mod. But they do count as vehicles, so, and you also have to feed and water them, of course. But they are rideable, as you can see. You can even make them whinny. You just can't turn the engine off on them. They're always on. Well, messed that up. It's a pony, you don't need a saddle. And to be honest, the saddle's more for the rider's benefit than the horse. Oops. That's the thing that happened. We need to fertilize a field. You with your bony ass. Oh, for that I'm gonna run over an extra sheep. Bony ass. I think you'll find that you mispronounced that. It's a bony ass. Thank you very much. I don't want to fertilize these fields again. That's a wall. There must be a way out of this field. That's a bridge. It's fine, it was only a couple of sheep. They're fertilizing the neighbour's field as well. I love this spreader. This thing's just awesome. I think I need to at some point make a Google Doc list of all the mods I have and where to get them. I think that would be somewhat useful. Can you please use the gate? Use it for what? I use it as a field boundary. I agree there, Josie. If I make a Google Doc, then I can just link to it from Discord. Because I currently have, last count, it was 570 odd mods installed. Which is quite a few, obviously. It's just a lot. I think the worst part about it is having to categorize all the mods into what's tractors, what's trucks, what's miscellaneous, what's, you know. That will take a while to get through all that. How many would you say are my favourite? I've probably got maybe 100 or so that are my must-have mods. the best tractors, the best equipment, things like creator tools and my favourite maps and things like that. Can you tell me what I need to do using Seasons mod? No problem there. The Seasons mod, you start in spring, and if I jump at tractor and open the Seasons menu, as you see here, we have I think I have it. Let's just check. I double check. Yeah, I've got season length to 6 days. So in spring, these green bars that you see on the screen here, these are the time of the year that that particular crop will germinate into a plant. So that's when you have to either plant it in that season or have it planted by that season, ready to grow. It will grow in these seasons. The yellow bar is where it's harvestable. And you can get to this menu pressing left, Alt and S. It also brings up this, which is the variable price for each crop over each time of the year. And the settings, where you can change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius, put the snow on, crop moisture, and change the amount of time that the seasons last for. My personal recommendation is, in seasons, spend spring like doing all the groundwork. If you've got periodic ploughing on, I'd recommend it's spring that you go along and plough the fields and cultivate them and get the seed in the ground as soon as possible. I wouldn't worry about picking your favourite tractors out straight away or anything like that. Just batter straight in, make sure all of your fields that you want seeded are done as soon as possible. Fertilise as much as possible in spring as well, and get ready for a quieter summer, because once you hit summer, then really you've only got grass work and silage and things that you can do, and your crops won't be ready yet, so you'll have to get ready for the harvest, which is usually in autumn. So you'll be spending pretty much all of autumn harvesting, and then come winter. Winter is the slow time with the Seasons mod. There isn't massive amounts to do. So I tend to either do forestry in winter or spend my time clearing snow and, you know, keeping the roads clear, gritting and things like that. But if you're playing Seasons without running like creator tools and things like that, you will more than likely end up in debt in the first year, until autumn, until you have your crops ready to sell. But that's just the way of it, unless of course, like this, it's a stream series, so you know, creator tools and magic machines appearing and things like that. Yeah, I can certainly help stream and make videos. I've been doing YouTube and well, I've been doing YouTube for just about a year now, and I've been doing Twitch for a little bit less. You'd actually be surprised, Gil. Josie has actually never played Farming Simulator. Her knowledge of farming comes from real life farming and watching me drive through hedges. She likes doing that. It's her second favourite thing to do, other than tell bad jokes, which, by the way, Josie, you've not said any of your awesome jokes recently. Oh, there's the train. That's a cool train. Yeah, screw the traffic, I'm watching the train. That's cool, an old steam train. welcome along to everyone who has followed over on Twitch today. It's very much appreciated. The crops didn't grow at all because because of what is it? You know, the crops don't grow in spring. It is normal. You'll notice if you load a map twice, once with seasons and once without, a map will usually have a crop on it anyway when you're not running with seasons ready to harvest. But when you have seasons, that crop's already been harvested. So it's just to kind of add a more realistic sense to it. And it's also worth pointing out, if you're going to run a seasons mod, there is a lot of seasons geo mods available as well. So I'm not sure if you're running one of them, but I would highly recommend them. A lot of them are fairly accurate, and they all add very different aspects to the game. They add their own challenge, and you can get them to fit the particular map as well. It's very good. It is a joke time. It's absolutely joke time. Believe it or not, Gil, I have driven through a hedge in real life. Why did the police arrest the turkey? They suspected it of foul play. Oh, I've missed those jokes. It's only been about an hour since I last heard one, but oh me. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend so far. I'm certainly having a good one, getting to hang out with you guys, play some awesome games. It's great stuff. Not a problem there, John, not the gaming legend. Enjoy your night, and I will hopefully see you again some other time. Thanks very much. I will have a good stream. I'll see you next time. I didn't end up in the ditch, thank you very much, Josie. I bounced off a crash barrier. I don't think I've ever actually put a car into a ditch. Out of the many crashes I've done, I don't think I've ever put a car in a ditch. I actually had a friend. He is still a friend, but I used to live very close to him, and then for a while he actually lived with me. It was a bit unusual, but he lives a couple of 100 miles away now. And when I first met him, he had a BMW, and it was in the ditch literally every other day. Which is it was kind of amusing, but it did get kind of frustrating after a while, because I always had to go and fish him out. He wasn't very good at towing, but yes, I do stream on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously using Restream. I actually don't have two monitors, believe it or not. I have a 40-inch monitor connected to my gaming system, and I actually have two laptops, one on either side of that monitor. I don't have a second monitor, so I make up for it by having multiple systems. Just now I have the game on my main monitor running off my gaming rig. To the right of me I have a very old, pretty much dead Samsung laptop. This thing is basically destined for the bin. I'm surprised it actually turns on anymore. That is actually open with both Twitch and YouTube as the viewers would see it, so that I can see what you guys see. So if there's a problem that you guys are having, I will be able to see it as well. And to the left of my main monitor, I have another laptop open that is running my restream information to me, as well as the restream chat, so I'm able to see both the chat from YouTube and from Twitch at the same time on a third-party website. And also, I'm also running this game in windowed mode, and I'm also running a couple of web browsers for the likes of the sub-goal at the top and things of that nature. Spotify is running and Streamlabs is also running. Restream is a website that you go to, and sort of like it's sort of like the same as YouTube, but it only deals with what basically how it works is I've got my streaming software set up to send my stream out to Restream, and then Restream takes that data and duplicates it and sends it to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. So I'm able to stream on both sites at the same time. I've no idea why they named it Restream, because it is live, but there's maybe like a 10-second delay. I ended up a ditch once years ago, but I was rubbernecking a country road riding a four-wheeler. Well, that is a very good reason to end up in a ditch. I would, yeah. I can't think of a better reason to end up in a ditch. Similar near miss thing happened to me once. I just went up to my parents' old house to pick up a Jeep. I bought a Jeep off my dad, and my brother took me up in his horrible little done-up boy racer car. It was a pile of scrap, but he loved the thing. And yeah, it was a little, I think it was like a 1.4 Civic or something like that, but he thought it was absolutely amazing. And I just bought a 3-litre Mitsubishi Shogun, the big one, the big 7-seater one. It was a decent Jeep. And it was on the way back down the motorway, and in the lay-by that we were going past, there was a woman with a very, very short skirt on, leaning into the boot of her car. I almost crashed, and my brother behind me, he almost crashed as well. That was almost as fun as about 20 miles after that, my brother decided he would try and overtake me, and he got up alongside of me, and we ended up going side by side at speeds. I'm not going to say the specific speed, but let's just say it was almost twice as fast as we were supposed to be going. Let's just say that. But I'm not going to say what road that was, when it was, or anything about that. I follow the speed limits all the time. I behave. I'm good like that. Josie will vouch for me. Josie's seen my driving in real life. I'm a perfectly safe and capable driver. Well, it's probably not wise to talk to yourself, Josie. There's doctors that would maybe not be too pleased about you talking to yourself. But yeah, it was the brother in question was actually, I'm not sure if you actually remember that time, Josie, the time I came up to buy the Shogun. I'm not sure if you remember that. Most of the time, thank you. All the time, thank you very much. I tend not to crash unless I really want to. Hello there, Charlie. How are you doing tonight? Welcome along to the stream. How's your weekend going? And to be fair, Josie, the last crash I had was mechanical failure. That wasn't down to driver fault. That was the car fell apart at a junction when I was going a little bit faster than I was meant to. I mean, when I was going the speed limit, I was doing everything I was supposed to, and the car just didn't like it and broke. But yeah, Josie, that little Civic he had was, he loved that thing, didn't he? And then he tried to overtake the Shogun in it, which was a silly thing to try and do. It's not multiplayer yet, but if you're interested in multiplayer, I suggest you head over to Discord, because I'll be getting a dedicated multiplayer server in about a week, and I'm actually looking for people to come and join me so that I can stream it and have reoccurring people on the server, serving either as competing farmers or as hired workers. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, head over to Discord, and after the stream I'll be hopefully setting up the specific page on Discord for that. I have a habit of speaking, can't help it. These years are back when I was younger. I know the feeling, Gil. I'm the same. Like I said, the server will be open to a couple of people. So if you're interested, the details will be published on Discord, and everyone who gets selected for it will be organised through Discord. But in order to join the server, you'll need to have a broadband connection, obviously, and as well as the base game, you also need the Modern Classics DLC and the Platinum expansion. As for mods, I'll try and keep mods to a minimum, but any mods that I do have set on the server, I'll make downloads available to them, to the people who need them on Discord as well. Like I said, everything will be set up on Discord. This particular map that you're seeing isn't multiplayer. This is a single player game. Gil, I used to be very much into the street racing as well. To be honest, I'm still a bit of a street racer at heart, which is unfortunate because nowadays I drive like a Grand car. It's embarrassing, but I did manage to beat an Audi RS4 the other day. That was quite good. Showed him up. That was definitely a fun moment. You know, his car was all done up, making lots of noise, and here's me in a 7-seater people carrier, and well, I ended up in front, so there's that. I was very happy about it. It is a granddad car. It's the most granddad car that you could ever possibly buy. It's got 5 seats too many, 3 doors too many, and it has that horrible Citroen badge on the front as well. Everything about that car is a granddad car. Even the colour is even kind of a. It's kind of just it's a granddad car. Course plate is awesome if you can put the effort into. If you can put the effort into figuring out how to make it work properly, it is awesome. And the courseplay workers are significantly more useful than the standard workers. I personally tend to use the enhanced AI workers more often than not. Oh, I see the benefit of that, Josie, is you always get to your destination on time. Although, let's be fair, I do drive quite sensibly when you're in the car. I do try and keep the childish urges to a minimum. That's fine. That car it belongs underneath. In fact, this is hired. I don't know why I'm taking it back to the farm. I think that we can afford one now. For heaps of money. Oh, ho, ho. Almost washed the Massey there. '97 Honda Prelude. That's actually not a bad car, to be fair. I'm not a fan of Hondas, but that's one of the better Hondas. And the most powerful thing about any Porsche you'll meet on the road is the owner's ego. That's the best thing about, well, the biggest thing with Porsches. That's why so many of them are convertibles, so that they can fit their, you know, giant heads in the car. Catchips is now following. Welcome along. Thanks for joining us. How do you mean there, Charlie? I think the first street race I ever won, I was driving a van. I was driving an old van that every time you hit a puddle it would try and kill you. I can't do anything just now, Charlie, as I'm streaming just now. And when I finish this stream I have some admin work to do, publishing this stream into the archives and the likes. So Gil, what's your preferred style of car? Are you into your Jap cars, or do you prefer muscle, imports? What's your preferred kind of thing? My friend has an Accord actually. He's got a 2006 Honda Accord, and I don't like his particular one because it's very boy racery. It's got a horribly massive, just hideous wing on the boot of it and things like that. But it's a very nice colour. It's a really nice, like, bluey kind of purple pearlescent colour. Robbed at Fort Knox. It sounds like it. My personal preferred type of car is, I prefer German cars. I like the engine tone of a German car. My own personal car is a BMW. It's not the best BMW, no, it's quite an old one. It's an 18-year-old BMW, but I kind of like it. I don't drive it anywhere near as much as I would like to, but it's nice to have it there. I just need to do a few repairs to it. Well, if you send me a message on Discord, Charlie, I'll try and arrange something. Try and get something sorted out. Muscle cars and beefy trucks. I can't argue with that. Some of my favourite cars that I've had have been off-roaders. My two favourite off-roaders I've ever had. One of them is a Daihatsu Sport Track. Tiny little four-seater convertible off-roader. Permanently locked front diffs on it. It was hilarious to drive. You'd hit a bump in that thing and you'd end up on two wheels. Raced a Ford Ranger. I'll be able to check Discord after the stream. But my other favourite truck would, well, my other favourite 4x4 would have been my. Why did I come here? My other favourite 4x4 would have been my pickup truck. I had quite a nice Mitsubishi L200. Had the crew cab L200. It was greedy as anything on fuel, but it was fun to drive. And Eleanor is certainly not a bad choice. You can't go wrong with a Shelby Mustang. Import wise for me, I think I'd have a, oh dear, not the Massey. Oh, this is going to be a problem. They're stuck on the railroad tracks. Import wise for me, I think it would have to be a 99 Toyota Supra 3 litre manual. Dodge Ram's not a bad truck. I quite like them. I quite like the sportsman. I can't remember what it's called. It's an SRT or something. Yeah, I think our Cedar's maybe a bit stuck in the fence. Oh dear. Just mixing that seat up. Don't worry about it. Can't go wrong with a Cummins diesel. Come on, give me my Cedar back. You know what, you can just, yeah, I'll fix that later. I'll fix that off camera. It wasn't me, it was, to be honest, I wasn't paying attention. That's, that's, yeah. This is definitely not a bad 4x4 either. I'd have one of these. I'd have the bigger one. I'd have the Defender 110. Defender 110 crew cab pickup sounds like it would the key of that would fit quite nicely on my keyring, I'd say. Hopefully that's fixed the cedar. Driving into it at speed usually helps. This will be fun. Let's go mud bogging in this little Deffy. Run over all those chickens. Just kind of wanting to avoid opening gates, but there you go. We do have a puddle on this map. It's not much of a puddle, but it's a puddle all the same. And we can just kind of go around in circles on it. I think it was laughing at me. I got stopped by a tyre and it starts laughing at me. Gotta love the mud mod. It's pretty awesome. A 35-year-old and still playing video games, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I will definitely still be playing video games when I'm 35. It's shockingly not far away, to be honest. Let's cross the river. I think this river is actually too deep to drive through. Let's find out. No, it's not. It will be in some spots though. There's some rocks we can climb over. Or drive through, like they're non-existent. Oh, stuck on this rock. There we go. That's quite interesting terrain on this side of the river, actually. Never getting over that rock, not at this angle anyway. Definitely need a mud pit. That would be awesome. The edge of the map is somewhere over here, apparently. Supposedly the edge. There it is. I knew it was somewhere. Wish that house was in an area that we were allowed. We should be allowed there, it's not at the red line. for a racetrack, if you're wanting a map that's got a racetrack in it, there is a map called Sussex Farm that actually has a racing oval in it. It's a map made by Alien Jim. It's quite a good map. The little landy that apparently couldn't. Stuck on a little rock like this. Terrible. On multiplayer, you will have to get there's a thing called ad strips that is an asset that you put on top of a mod kind of thing, that you can put company logos on and things like that for branding trucks with company logos, but that has to be done in Giants Editor. But there's also a mod called MP Owner that will allow you to set each tractor to its own owner, so that only the owners are able to actually use them. Well, the owners and the admin. Yeah, you need to do that in Giants Editor. This particular, well, I was going to say truck. This particular little Jeep that I'm in is a mod made by another YouTuber, made by a guy called Virtual Farmer. Let's repair it, customize it. Isn't this much better? Now it's a proper Defender. A snorkel and everything. I'm pretty sure there is a Dodge Ram with big tires and things. It's probably not exactly what you're looking for, but there is mods that have like Dodge Rams and things in them. I don't really have any of them because a lot of them are like stuck to one colour, and I like having a bit of choice with colour. Somewhere on this map there's a quarry. I want to go to the quarry. It's down at the roundabout. Let's go and see what the quarry is like. This thing's really unstable like this, by the way. I mean, that is really, really unstable. I actually just noticed. That prop shaft actually works. Actually rotates. That's kind of a cool feature. I could certainly give it a go building it. I'll try it anyway. Not promising anything particularly great, but I'll give it a shot. A truck this high is brought to a near complete stop by a curb. The quarry is this way. It's not much of a quarry if I remember rightly. But we'll find something to drive over. Yeah, or a rock face. Well, I wanted something to drive over. this looks like it would be fun to try and drive over. Of course, the tiny little defender is not capable. That sucks. I do know how to put the tires on the tractors. Yeah, that's the other part of the railway. That just shows you, Josie, you obviously didn't watch the first look video I did of this map. Oh, we made it up here somehow. That seems illogical, but yeah, we made it up here. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Stop by tiny little railway tracks. Oh dear. At some point, yeah, I'm going to stream some Giants Editor stuff. It wasn't during a stream, Josie. It's a pre-recorded video that's on the channel. Yes, the Defender is crap. It's not mine. Just casually put it into the in-cab view and look at the center of the dashboard. I did not make this Defender. Don't know who did. No idea. Never heard of this VF before. Might be crap, but let's be honest. It stays stuck to the ground when it shouldn't. And it gains speed going up weird hills. All air, no puff. Couldn't agree more. I did not know there was a road here. Never been on that road before. Let's find out where it goes at high speed in our slightly unstable Defender that can't go over a speed bump without breaking down. Just leads to another road. That's not much fun. Let's see where it goes out the other way then. Maybe we should park in the river with the lorry. That only happened like 2 or 3 times. I don't know what you're on about. That doesn't look like we could climb those. That looks like map edged style rocks. But let's give it a go. Or we just bounce off them. That's also fun. Did we find a way out of the map? No, we didn't. We could quite easily make another field up here. That would be kind of funny. Ooh, that made me feel a bit weird in the stomach. That was quite a drop. Wonder if we can make it up that little tiny hill there with this. That's just silliness. We found its limit. Now it's not moving. Let's try going up this at a bit of an angle. Somehow this is working. It's just silliness. At least we're able to actually do some off-roading in it. Can Roads 52, welcome along to the channel. Thanks for following on Twitch. Come and say hello in the chat. Ooh, that bit of terrain is kind of screwed up there. Yeah, we're actually properly stuck on this. No chance of getting off of that. Let's magic our way off of it. Let's see here, let's go to the beach. Oh, I've never noticed that before, the waves on the rock over there. That's kind of cool. Shamrock Valley, it's actually not a bad map. It's quite a small, they've got quite small fields, so it's not that bad. It probably looks a lot worse than it is because I'm running it on seasons and bouncing off of cliff walls, but without running the seasons mod, it would be a relatively straightforward map to do. I think that river is way too deep to drive through. But we've made it somehow. I'm very tempted to make a map for FS17 that is like a stunt track, where you can take cars and tractors and just have a bit of fun with them. Go over big jumps and through mud and a racetrack, that kind of thing. I think that would be kind of funny. Really? You know what, you can just stay there. What other cars have I got? Do I have any more better off-roaders? Not really. Not really at all. But this stream has gone on for quite a while now, so I am actually going to leave this here for today, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this stream. If you have, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you did like it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching over on Twitch, hit that follow button as well. And if you've missed any of this stream or any of my previous streams, you can head over to my YouTube channel and see an archive list. And I will be back streaming tomorrow. I will be streaming Upper Lusatia tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you guys over on that one tomorrow. That'll start at 9 PM UK time. And yeah, I'll see you there. But bye for now.